Hello and welcome. Today we are looking at Cartel Tycoon. My name is Spencer, and before we get started, I want to let you know that I do stream on Twitch. I will leave the link down below, twitch.tv/onlyspencer. I stream there Fridays at around 7:30 p.m. EST and Saturdays about 1 or 2 p.m. EST. So, before we get into the actual game here, Cartel Tycoon is a game about building a cartel. You have several different regions that you can choose to start in if you do sandbox mode, which is what I'll be focusing on. And they have different resources and buildings that are already pre-established there. But we'll get into that. You're building a cartel. Well, let's look at the settings first. So you can turn autosaves on and off, control your scroll speed, interface language. You can't change, actually, I don't know if you can change the audio language. You can't change the audio language, but you can change the interface language. Since I already looked at the audio. All the sliders, pretty standard: master, effects, music, ambient, user interface. Good stuff. Resolution. Let me actually show you all the resolutions here. Pretty wide range, so no matter what computer system you've got, I'm sure you can find a setting that will work for you. Full screen, borderless windowed. We're going to go with borderless. You can turn VSync on or off. Lots of different frame rates here: 30, 60, 120, 144, or unlimited. Resolution scaling is here, and a bunch of quality settings, all pretty standard stuff. Nothing too egregious missing. Controls, you can remap all your controls if you want. You know, let's say I wanted to change that to that. I don't. But you can change all of the keys to whatever you want. There's not too many keys that you would need to change either, which is pretty nice. You can do a lot of the things in this game with just the mouse, and probably, if I wanted to, I could change some of these things to... I have extra buttons on the mouse. I could change some of these things so that everything is on... practically everything is on the mouse, and I don't even have to touch the keyboard at all. So, we're going to start a new game, and we're going to go to sandbox mode. Now, before you start, you can do a couple different things here. You can change the name of your cartel, you can randomize it, or you can type something in. You have a couple of capos, which is leader of the cartel. You only have two choices right now. I'm sure these will be added later. And we've got a little blurb about the character. You have their power level, which will be important when you try to take over other buildings. That's going to be important. You have different abilities, a couple that increase power. You can increase laundering volume. You can do an assassination, unlock certain buildings, robbery. A number of different things that you can customize to whatever you want. We're going to keep it as is. And you have a different character here, different power level. They've got a few different things. You can see this one has the ability to increase opium production. Well, this guy can increase cannabis production. So you've got some kind of specializations that you can build into your character. So we're going to keep this the way that it is. And then you can select a region. You can randomize, or you can actually go in and look to see which region that you want to start in. Now, I've never started in this region, but I've started here, which ended up failing. I've tried here. I've also tried here. And before we really start, I want to let you know that this game so far has been... It has a solid base, but it has been a bit of an exercise in frustration. I've restarted several times. It has taken a lot of trial and error to try to get things right in terms of your efficiency and how you're building things and the whole work chain of producing product and moving it to another building and then shipping it out to actually sell it. But we're going to try here because what you really want, and I'll show you, is an aerodome, which is in this region right over here. And you might ask, well, why don't I start in the aerodome? Well, I can explain that later. And you can see it tells you the challenge level, smuggling points, which is important. I mentioned the aerodome. City buildings is the number of buildings that you can build in the city center. And then it shows you what you can optimally grow in this area. So we're going to go ahead and start. And that's one of my failed saves. I'm just going to override that. I know that's not going anywhere. So I do want to say I have been enjoying it. Like I said, it's got a solid base. But there's definitely work that needs to be done in terms of optimizing things, just different mechanics, not the look of the game, but optimizing mechanics, making things clearer. And here we are. Here we have our city. Oh, actually, I didn't realize that we had an aerodome here. I thought it said we didn't have one. That's even better, because I have a seaport and an aerodome. That's actually really good news. So this, it turns out, was a great choice. So, as you can see, we don't have really anything. This is something that will be added later. We don't really have anything. We have a seaport where we can ship materials out from. We also have an aerodome where we can ship materials out from. And you'll notice that there's this red bar showing up. You're going to lose control of this in 2 days. So it's important that you have enough lieutenants recruited into your cartel. So we'll want to do that first. You can come over here. Actually, that's wrong. Not there. You need to come over here into the buildings section. And the hotel, for now, is where you can recruit lieutenants. So you've got a number of choices here. We want to look for free. Okay, we don't have anyone that we can hire for free. Sometimes you'll get people that will work for nothing. And then eventually they'll want a promotion or more money. So you can look at their different abilities here. You can see the power level. You can see what they can do. Different perks that they have. So as they level up, they will be able to unlock these things. Burning buildings, assassination, increase their power, robbery. And it varies from each character. And you'll also notice that they have different ranks. So we don't have anyone of the lowest rank, but obviously this person is a higher rank. They have access to 4 perks, whereas this person only has access to 2. And these 2, well, this person has access to 3. But we're gonna probably go with someone, probably both of these, because they have quite a bit of power. And this person is expensive. So I may not want that person. I wonder if any of you can increase harvest. Though that's actually pretty good. So we're going to recruit you as well. We only need 2 for now. So actually we need to build a road first. When you start, because they have no way to get to the airport. When you start, you only have access to sandy roads. They're free, but they're very, very slow. So you really want to get off of using dirt roads pretty quickly. And as you can see, you can connect the road anywhere along this border. It doesn't matter where it is. And now this person can move over there. And as long as there's a lieutenant there, the enemy... Oh, I don't need a road there. The enemy gangs will not try to... will not be taking that over. You won't lose it. So as you can see, it's decreasing. We're establishing full control. So, how do you make money? Well, we're losing a little bit of money because we're paying these people. And it's important to know that you have two types of money. You have legal money and you have dirty money. You can make legal money by selling legal goods. So you can produce, say, you go to the building menu here, you can produce, say, vegetables and ship those out directly through the seaport. You won't make very much money, but you'll make a little bit of money. Or you can start growing something like opium, which you can ship out directly through an aerodome who will take illegal goods. But if you want to ship it out of the seaport, you're going to have to disguise it, which becomes more complicated because you can't just ship out containers of opium. You now need to grow vegetables and opium. And then, well, I'll show you. I'll show you. So before we build anything, you'll definitely want to be aware that of this ring around the city here. So if you create a building within this ring, let's say, let's put this right out here because we're gonna need some vegetables. We'll put 2 of them. If you build within this ring, actually, I don't know if this one will reach. Let me try that again. I don't think that one will reach. If you build within this yellow circle, what that means is that when you set the work mode, you can set the work mode. You can either have it maintained with legal money or have it maintained with dirty money. So if you're going to maintain it with dirty money, you have to make sure that it's within this yellow circle. You can also build other buildings like a residence that does the same thing. But for now, if you run this on dirty money, you've got to make sure that you have dirty money in storage in your city here. We don't have a building for it. But you got to make sure that there's dirty money there, or else these buildings will not operate. Otherwise, if you use legal money, they'll operate as normal. So we've got the 2 vegetable farms. We need to build a warehouse now. So we're going to want to connect the warehouse to the road and connect the farms to the warehouse. So it's important to realize, and this is something I didn't quite understand in the beginning, or I had messed up. You have to be careful about how you're connecting roads, because these trucks can only move from the farm directly to a warehouse. So you couldn't, for instance, build a road here to here and then here to here, because the trucks from this farm will not go through this farm. You have to make sure you build a road directly to where you want the trucks to go. So we've got that set up. These farms will produce the vegetables, and then they'll store them in this warehouse. Now, what we need also, not another warehouse, we need another farm, and we need opium. Now, we could build this within the ring, but we're not going to be getting optimal yield. So you can see the efficiency is only at 30%. We'll get the optimal yield if we build out here. So we're going to build 3 of them, let's say. And then grab a warehouse. Put that right there. That'll do fine. And then connect all of the farms to the warehouse. And then we're going to need that connector there. So opium is going in here. Vegetables are coming in here. Then what you need to do, or what we do need to have, is the workshop. Illegal goods are packaged inside legal products here and delivered to smuggling points. So if we want to get the opium out through the seaport, we need to package the opium inside vegetable containers before it goes. Now with an aerodome, you can ship out the opium directly to the aerodome. So you also see that there's this circle around the warehouse. So if I build a bunch of opium farms within this circle, all of these trucks from the farms will automatically move to this warehouse. Now, the aerodrome is not within this circle. So that's why you need to come to the additional destinations and make sure that you tell the game, hey, I want you to take the opium. You can see the trucks are moving now. Take the opium to the aerodrome, and then from the aerodrome, ship them out. We're going to avoid having to... We will get to it, but we're going to avoid shipping this opium directly, or, I'm sorry. We're going to avoid combining the opium with the vegetables and then putting it out through the seaport. Now, as you can see here, see all this stuff that has come out of this warehouse? The warehouse is overflowing. Now, this happens a lot. So, if the police are around and they notice a warehouse, even this warehouse with, I think, even with this legal material, it's just vegetables overflowing, and the same with the farms actually. If it's overflowing, the storage, the police see that and they're going to investigate you. And if this happens a lot, your terror level is going to increase. And you can see these little pip lines here and these circles underneath. So if your terror increases too much, you're doing a lot of illegal things, like apparently leaving vegetables all over the place, the DEA will show up and start to confiscate goods that you're shipping out at the border. And these things get harsher and harsher as you go. Police will seize your property. Several buildings will be seized. City blockade. Suspicious buildings will be destroyed with explosives. If it gets really bad, the U.S. Army will show up and start killing lieutenants in an area. So, what should happen, and this is one of my complaints, when the storage reaches full capacity, it should automatically turn off, right? So then it doesn't constantly overflow. And this is one of the issues with the game, is that you have to constantly micromanage these things, and it's quite annoying. For now, we're gonna ship out the vegetables legally through the seaport. You've got to turn that on too. So at least now the warehouse isn't overflowing. And actually, I'm gonna have the lieutenant move over here, and that's gonna take a minute, and deliver the vegetables to the warehouse so that it's not overflowing anymore. Well, the warehouse is now overflowing, but at least the farms aren't overflowing. So we're actually going to move the vegetables directly to the warehouse. And this is the sort of thing that happens a lot. Like I mentioned, it's this micromanaging where, and I haven't found the sweet spot. I haven't found the sweet spot yet about, you know, the farms started overflowing. Okay, I understand. I guess the farms are being too efficient and they're not getting to the warehouse fast enough. But I haven't figured out how to best optimize. This is one of the problems that I've been having with this game. So it would be very helpful to have these things turn on and off automatically so that you don't have to micromanage. I'm sure you could probably upgrade this warehouse with more transports so that it can take from these farms faster so they don't overflow. And then you also have more trucks to move things out to whatever smuggling point or other building that you need to. So just some optimization things. I do want to set up more opium farms. Actually, we need to do research first. So we got to come to the city. And we actually can't do research right now. So what we have to do is build a research center. It's going to cost us 18,000 in legal money, which is fine. In addition to that, all this dirty money that I'm making from selling opium through the aerodome, I can use that to buy other things, like some of these buildings. Or I would need to launder that money. Now, I don't have enough money, dirty money, to build any of these other buildings. And so, what we need to do is we need to find a decent building to launder money. I think I'm going to go with the amusement park. You can see it launders dirty money that lieutenants and residents deliver to from smuggling points. Building amusement park slightly increases loyalty, which is important, as does making donations to special events held here. Now, this is something that you're going to want to keep track of, or make sure that you're aware of. Making buildings that increase loyalty will help you out a lot, especially if you can make donations and it launders money. That's kind of an all-in-one package, which is really nice. So we're gonna build the amusement park so that we can take the dirty money and actually do something with it, or turn it into legal money is what I should say. So while that's going, we should probably set up a few more opium farms. I don't want them to go to this warehouse, actually. So I'm gonna build them outside of that circle and get another warehouse here. Just want to make sure the setup is... I don't think it will take over... If I built it here, I don't think it will take over for, like, this farm. So, connect these up directly to the warehouse, and then get these connected to the road. Okay, so now we've got opium going there. You can see these have overflowed again. And I mean, I've got them built pretty close to the warehouse. I don't really know how much better I can optimize this. So that's just kind of an annoyance. Let's just get rid of this. Okay, so we're still... Oh, well, we've got the research center up. So what we need is the workshop. So, because we need to be able to combine the opium and the vegetables. So we're going to research that. And while that's going, we can, well, we actually got to clean up these farms again because they're overflowing constantly. Probably what I should do is just turn off one of the farms so that only the two trucks from here are just going to that one farm. But we do want to not have that farm overflowing, though. We only need them to do that once. They'll clean this up. I'm not too worried about it. We are going to have to move them back to the city. You have to keep a lieutenant in your city as well, because a rival gang will move in and take over, which can be a major problem. So this is definitely one of the simpler areas, I think. I did not realize that it had an aerodome. So while this is researching, we can look at some of these characters. So you can see that they have a rank and a progress bar. And over time, they will gain experience. They seem to just gain experience from being in the cartel. You don't seem to have to do specific things with them. Although you can take quests, which I'll show you in a minute. So, something else you need to be careful of is their dedication level. So this person's dedicated, so we're okay right now. But you want to make sure that they don't become disaffected, disloyal, or, God forbid, volatile because I've had a lieutenant get volatile before, and what happens is they didn't leave my cartel, but they drove halfway across the map because they weren't getting a promotion, they weren't getting an increase in pay, and they burned down some building. Which is not what you want them to be doing, because that may attract the attention of a rival gang. So here you can see their different perks, and when they level up, they've got a couple different choices: increasing production from farms, or adding extra trucks to a building so that logistically you can handle more material faster. And then their highest rank gets you another perk. Taking a quest typically involves, let's see what you've got. Should produce more meth. Well, I don't really have the infrastructure to do that right now, so we'll have to do that later. But you can take a quest, and it'll give them experience points, which will get them to level up faster. If there's a perk that you really, really want, then doing quests for them is a good option. So the workshop is done. I do want to set up a different research. I believe we can come down here. I believe we can grow. Yeah, we can grow cannabis here. So just in the future, I know that we're gonna need a drying rack in order to make dried cannabis, and the farm at level 2. Oh, actually, that's right. Because of my character's ability, I believe we already have access to tier 2 farm, or maybe it was no, it's tier 2 workshop, I believe. So I granted temporarily. I'm not sure if that means I can only build one. I don't know. But anyway, sorry. We are going to research a drying rack because I know I'm going to need that later. So, now, we have the opium, we have the vegetables. What we need to do is make the workshop. We barely have any legal money to cover that. So we're going to go ahead and... Actually, I think I should build this here. Yeah. Because then it's within this yellow circle. We're going to build the workshop there. And when you first construct a building, you have to either deliver the money directly with a lieutenant, or that ring that I mentioned before, because it's within that ring, the money will automatically be delivered for its construction. And again, if you're running it on dirty money, it's within the circle, it'll just work automatically. We're going to want to set that to dirty money. I'm not sure why it's saying I have insufficient funds to make this run. I've got plenty of dirty money, but that's okay. And I can't even turn it on, so that's kind of unfortunate. And actually, this is a thing that happens a lot. No money to pay upkeep costs. I had this at legal money, which, is fine. But basically, these things are useless right now, because I don't have the legal money to pay for upkeep. And I can switch it to dirty money, but I don't have it. They're not within this yellow circle. Now, to fix that, I could build a residence. I could come down here and I could build a residence, but I have to research that first. And it also requires a lot of money to make it. So, in order to get this to actually work, I would need, let's see, where is the money stored? I need to find where the money is actually stored. The money is stored at the amusement park. So, in order to get those buildings work, I would have to move to the amusement park and then deliver money to this warehouse. I only need you to do that once. I have to get this guy to deliver the money directly to the warehouse because we want to operate these on dirty money. Turn it on. And then we have to deliver money to this farm. So that can be turned on. And now the money's at that farm. So So we have to deliver money from that farm to this one. And then we gotta move to that farm. And then... Wait a minute. That didn't even work. Oh, I see. I see what I did. I only delivered the money to this farm. This is a bit of an issue because there's no way that I'm aware of to split how much money you're taking. It's the 1,435 or it's nothing. So that's rather unfortunate. So really, if you don't have a residence to deliver money, dirty money automatically, you're kind of screwed. The maximum is 1,000. You've got too much in there. This isn't even really operating unless I set up this additional destination to go to the workshop, sorry, in order to actually operate and do things. The rest of these farms I can't even use because the laundering money takes a long time to do. Even on the, well, I can show you, even on the shorter, the Salsa Club, I think is the shortest laundering interval is 2 days, but you only get $600. I have no idea why the Salsa Club even exists in the game because it's terrible. So you will burn through $600 of legal money in probably less than 30 seconds in game. It's not good. It's really, really not good. And these other ones, this is 7 days. This is 2 days. It's 1,800. That's not terrible. 7 days, 11,000. You know, it's, most of these are pretty decent. We should probably build a taxi company, but you can see I don't have enough money for either one of these things. I don't have enough legal money. I don't have enough dirty money. So what that probably means is that I'm going to have to ask for a loan. A loan will give you legal money. It gives you $65,000 in legal money. I have to get control of the city first. So I can ask for a favor here. I need so much money. You can get the money on credit, but you have to pay it back. So I'm going to take the money because I really, really need it. And I can get these things operating. Well, no. What I should do actually instead is, oh, see, I don't even have enough dirty money to keep the building that launders money operational. So I can't do anything with that right now. I can't launder any money. So what I really need is to establish a residence and get that researching, because the circle I keep mentioning, the residence will have its own circle. So when you build the residence, as long as you keep, if all of these are running on dirty money, let's say, and you have a residence built within range, and you keep enough dirty money there, it will automatically move the dirty money from the residence to these buildings so that they keep operating. We'll just get rid of this. So there's a lot of, you got to make sure you have the right building and you're moving things around the correct way and getting everything in order. I got to keep that operating. So we got the opium and the vegetables, yeah. But the vegetable isn't even operating. Although I do have some dirty money, so I can keep that going. So there's a lot of little things that tend to get a bit annoying. We're gonna stop with the additional movement to the seaport, because we want to take these vegetables and combine them with the workshop, which you can see it's doing automatically because it's within range here. So now what we want to do, because we need to get these out of here and sell them, additional destinations, and you can go to the seaport. And so now the trucks will go over there and deliver it, the packaged goods, and your illegal opium can leave, can get out without suspicion, because it's packaged in boxes of vegetables. So the residence is done. We really, really need to build that. It's 13,000. Fortunately, with that loan, we've got enough. And if we build it here, we're in range of everything. And that'll take 2 days to construct. So what we need here is we should be able to set up, actually what we could do instead, because we're not getting enough dirty money right now because these opium farms are shut down. What we need to do is once this is built is move any dirty money that we've got over there. Actually, we could switch these to legal money for now. But eventually we're going to want to move dirty money into this residence and keep enough there to keep all these things operational. Otherwise, things are going to be constantly shutting down, and it's a major headache. It's going to be a big problem. So I'm hoping that I can do a bit better this time. And you can see this is starting to overflow. This is often the problem that I find, is that the vegetables are the thing that overflow the workshop. And apart from coming over here and saying, okay, shut this down, stop, because you keep overflowing the workshop, there's no way to, for instance, set a limit and tell the warehouse, okay, if you reach, let's say, 120 vegetables at the workshop, please stop delivering. Because as it is right now, you have to micromanage this all the time. And if it starts to overflow, you got to say, okay, I got to come over here and shut this down. But you can't just shut down the warehouse. You have to make sure you shut down the farm, because the farm will keep producing, and that will put vegetables in storage, but then the farm might overflow, which you don't want either. So you'd have to come over here and shut this down. And so it's a whole lot of back and forth. It's really quite annoying, to be honest with you. So we've got some... Oh, where's the dirty money? The dirty money... Oh, it doesn't even have dirty money in storage. Okay, so we're going to have to wait. I believe this is going... Unless it's in the residence. No, it should be here. Oh, wait a minute. Is it going... Residence truck. Oh, it's delivering money Okay, it's delivering money automatically to the to that. Okay, we need you to deliver that dirty money over to the residence. And so, what we're gonna do is we've got this going. Actually, that's $44. Let's switch all of these to dirty money and keep them going. And then hopefully you'll be able to see the actual trucks here. The trucks should... Oh, it's not even in store. What happened? It's not even in storage? That's weird. I just delivered that... money. It should get stored here. Let's make sure. I want to be sure that it does. 607. Now, wait a minute. Do I have something set to dirty money? No, I have nothing else. I just have these. So this should... Not enough money to pay upkeep cost. Why would that be? Let's just try one farm. set to dirty money. I've got the dirty money here. It's within the circle. It should... Insufficient funds. I have no idea why it would say that. I can turn the warehouse on and run that on dirty money. I can't turn the farm on and have it operate on dirty money for some reason. Even though it's within range. I have no idea why that is. Oh yeah, and periodically your lieutenants will ask you, hey, you should give me a raise or a promotion or something. I will give him a promotion. It's fine. It's better long term. I can unlock things. Let's do assassination. In case I need to axe somebody. This is fine. You can turn them down and say, no, I'm not gonna do anything. You know, I'm not gonna give you a raise. But you risk them becoming disaffected and disloyal and getting volatile. So I still don't understand this farm. That doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't know why it won't deliver to them. Is it because there's no direct... Oh, that's why. Oh, see, this is the thing. You gotta make sure that your roads are connected. This is a good point, actually. Oh, I guess I wouldn't be able to do this with dirty money either, would I? Because the trucks won't go through the warehouse. They'd have to go... Yep, see? It shut down. So if I want the residents to deliver the money over there, I've got to have a road directly to it. And we can kind of cheese this a little bit and go through there and go like that. So it can be delivered to here. So you can see you got to have all the roads and everything set up the right way in order to get all of this working. So this should all be fine. I'm actually going to set these to dirty money. And I do want to do a couple of other things before we go here. I want to hire somebody with good firepower. You've got good firepower? We're going to recruit you. You only have one. You have one. You know what? We should take... Oh, you're actually free. We should take you as well. Because I want to show you taking over other cities. So I can move over to here and move into this city. Take both of these characters and move in. And then, I believe once they're in there, unless I can talk to you. Oh, I can talk to you already. I can talk to the mayor and say, hey, look, I'm moving in. This is my region now. I'm taking over. And they'll tell you, okay, I need you to do a few things. So they could give you 4 things. They could give you 3 things. I think I've even seen 2 things. So the first thing you need to do is increase public loyalty level first. So my loyalty is at humility right now. So I would need to come over here to my... Actually, this isn't even operating. Why is this not operating? That's strange. Okay, you can stop delivering money, please. Why are you not operating? I don't have legal... Or, not legal money. I don't have dirty money. Where is... I have 20,000 in dirty money. Where is it? I don't even know... I don't even know where it is. Is it all over here? Some of it's there. Oh, these have shut down again. I have no idea why. Not enough money to pay upkeep costs? I've got almost $4,000. What are you talking about? I don't have upkeep. That's... See, this is another thing. This is another thing that's just so frustrating. I actually have no idea where this money is. I appear to have no dirty money here. It says it's going to the hotel. But in the hotel, there's nothing there. It said it just delivered it there. There's nothing there. See, I don't know if I'm missing something, or if this is a glitch, or something like that. But I actually just don't know where the money is. So I don't even know what to do there. So you can take over a city by doing a series of different little quests, increasing loyalty level. You can probably end up taking out a rival gang and their stuff. Like, we can go over here and take this warehouse. You can see our firepower is 4, their firepower is 1. We'll win that easily. And I could probably send this guy as backup, which I will do. I don't even know why they're... I don't know why they wouldn't take that. I guess they can't go through the village. I don't know why you'd go all the way around like that. That's strange. But I don't know what this is. But they'll come over here and they'll fight for a little while, and this bar will show up. And you can see that you're the green, the enemy's red. It's slowly filling with green. And then eventually you'll win, and you'll take control of that warehouse. But you won't hold it forever, because other lieutenants in this gang will come over and try to take it back. So if you're going to do these missions to take over a city, it's best to do everything else first before you start trying to take over all of the other spaces. I just wanted to show you how that actually worked. And before we go, there are other things that you can grow here. Like, let's see. There are some other things. There's like hydrochloric acid, which you can build. You can build any of these things anywhere, but the efficiency will be low. I don't have any of these things in this area. So I couldn't do something like producing cocaine or meth. Or at least not efficiently. I couldn't do it here. What's much better is if you came over to an area like this that has hydrochloric acid, that has methane, that has this precursor in this green hashed area. That's the best place to do it. So we would want to take over this region so we have access to that and can produce those things. Still don't understand why those are empty. I got plenty of money. What else? There's an economy tab. You can look to see how you're doing with money. It does go... Well, you can do it for the year. You can do it all the time. You can do it month to month. What I will say is, even when you increase the speed to max, month to month it goes by quite slowly. So you're going to be having a negative looking income for a while, which I couldn't really wrap my head around before, because I was looking at building constructions and like this residence. I'm sitting here thinking, I built that a while ago. I should have made enough money by now to kind of like cover that. And actually, this is a good point. You can see I've forgotten to pay back my debt. And when you do that, when you take out a loan, all of this happens. So you get a full 6 stars. And at this point, the army is going to come in and take you out, if they have reason to. And actually right now, I might be okay, because the only reason they would come after you, from what I can tell, is if they do an investigation at the aerodrome or at a seaport and they find illegal drugs there. And they shouldn't do that if the storage isn't overflowing. So I actually thought this was horrible. I think we would be fine, because they don't actually have a reason to look at any of this stuff, because none of it's overflowing. So God, I hope I covered most things. You also have a building list. Not now. You also have a building list. You can turn things on and off, at will. It will kind of, you can see here, it kind of highlights things. You still have to kind of move around the map so you can actually see things get highlighted, and you can turn it on and off as needed. It might be kind of nice to, instead of just turning it on and off, you could access whether it's operating on dirty or legal money from this menu. Instead of scrolling around all over the place and trying to find buildings and checking everything. If it was all on a list here, you've already got this list in here. So being able to switch from dirty to legal money from here would be really nice. And I will say one more thing, because this has gone on for far too long. I'm really sorry this video is so long. But I've actually done this before. I've had this happen before. And then, even though I failed to pay this guy's debt, I can ask him for a favor and tell him, hey, I need money. And he'll just give it to me. See? Boom. He'll just give it to me. So, actually, this is a decent way to abuse the system and get legal money constantly. Because even if your terror goes up and you fail to repay this guy's debt, it doesn't matter. He's not going to refuse you money. He's not going to do anything. He'll just give you more money, and you don't pay it back. And as long as you don't attract any attention from law enforcement, you're going to be fine. There actually may have been something in that dialogue that said, like, there's no limit to how much money you can borrow like this. I think it actually says, you know, take this money, but the government will come after you if they suspect suspicious activity and they realize that, hey, they've got illegal stuff going on here. So I'm gonna end it here because this video has gone on a lot longer than I originally intended it to. And I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please give me a like. And oh, they're gonna die. They're gonna die. Please give me a like. Please subscribe to the channel. I enjoy making videos. This one was much longer than I intended it to be, but I hope that it has enough detail in it that you can really take a good look at this game and what it's like. I didn't mention before, it is in early access, so there are going to be updates to this game. It's certainly not done, and I don't want to be too harsh, but it's definitely not done. I think there are a lot of things, just optimizational things that they could do, you know, setting storage limits so that when it actually reaches the limit, it stops and it's not going to overflow it constantly, because this back and forth of turning things on and off is very tedious. But I do enjoy it. I think there's a good game here, and it just needs updates. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. I appreciate you watching.